Hello and welcome back to Libib's booktube channel. My name is Kaylin and welcome back to today's video. This week's video is very important. So in the month of May, you have summer vacation starting. You are out of school. You're just free as a bird. But for the booktube universe, May is a very important month. Today I'm here to help you and I'm going to be talking about some YA releases in the month of May. I included a lot of YA new releases for the month, but if I missed a few, I'm sorry. Also, all the books that I mentioned in today's video will be linked in the description box down below where you can go find out more about the books and you can add them to your to-read shelf on Goodreads. Being released on May 2nd. May 2nd is a huge release day for the month of May, and let's kick off with our most anticipated read that everyone is just talking about, and that is A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. This is the third book in A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy now 6-book series thing. This is also a fantasy book and it'll be published then. Next up we have The Dark Prophecy by Rick Riordan. This is the second book in the Trials of Apollo trilogy series. I'm not familiar if it's a trilogy or a series, so this is also taking place in a fantasy setting. Another fantasy novel that is coming out on May 2nd is Avenged by Amy Tintera. This is also book number 2 in the Ruin series. And next up is a huge book that we weren't expecting to be published at all, but it became a thing. Always and Forever Laura Jean by Jenny Han. This is now the third and final book in the once was a duology, now trilogy, and the To All the Boys I Loved Before trilogy. Next up we have Cold Summer by Gwen Cole, and this is a sci-fi novel that is being released on this day, different from fantasy and contemporary. And this book consists of a boy who is basically a time traveler. One day he's a high school dropout and the next day he is in World War II. And the last book being released on May 2nd is a contemporary novel by Jennifer E. Smith, and that is Windfall. Our main character Alice doesn't really believe in luck, and she ends up buying her friend a lottery ticket on his 18th birthday, and he ends up winning the lottery. So this sounds like an interesting book. Next up we have just one release on May 4th, and that is actually being released on a Thursday instead of a Tuesday, and that book is Release by Patrick Ness, and this is a contemporary novel that was inspired by Judy Blume's Forever. On May 9th, we have a total of 2 releases, and the first release is a contemporary novel that is Ramona Blue by Julie Murphy. This book talks about how a girl was affected by Hurricane Katrina when she was younger, and with the return of her friend Freddie, she has this like affection growing between them, but she may be questioning her sexual identity, and she is wondering if she may like girls instead of boys, and she doesn't know if this is a fluke or not. The final release for May 9th is a fantasy retelling, and that is Umberland by Wendy Spindle, and this is the second book in the Everland series. Next up we have May 16th. This is another huge release day in the month of May. We have a lot of titles, including Flame in the Mist by Renee Audier, and this is a fantasy Mulan type book, which I'm really excited for because I love Mulan and I can't wait to see what this book is all about. Next up we have another contemporary novel, which is The Love Interest by Diet Rich. This book is about an organization with spies, and we have a good boy and a bad boy brought in together, and then we have our third character, which is a girl, but instead of the guys fighting over the girl, the guys are falling in love is what I have interpreted from the synopsis. Next up we have The Crown's Fate by Evelyn Skye, which is also a fantasy novel, and the second book in the Crown's Game series. We also have Thick as Thieves, the 5th book in the Queen Thieves series by Megan Whalian Turner, and this is also a fantasy novel. And the last book that is being released on May 16th is The Names They Gave Us by Emery Lord, and this is a contemporary novel. This kind of talks about how this girl was ready for this picture-perfect summer with her boyfriend working at a Bible camp, and then her mom's cancer comes back and things just don't go according to plan. Next up on May 23rd we have a huge book that is being released for all you Cassandra Clare lovers, and that is Lord of Shadows, the second book in the Dark Artifices. And last but not least we have 2 remaining titles, and they're all being released on May 30th, and the first title is When Dimple Met Rishi by Sanya Mayon. This is a contemporary novel where it is described as a laugh out loud YA romantic comedy, and it is told in alternative perspectives, and it's about two Indian American teens whose parents have arranged them to be married, and I think this book is gonna be a good one. And the last book being released for the month is One of Us is Lying by Karen and Nanas, and this is a mystery novel. This is the only mystery novel that is being released this month, so that is something special. This story consists of when 5 strangers walk into detention and only 4 walk out alive. Everyone's a suspect, everyone has something to hide. So that book kind of sounds interesting. I'm always up for a good mystery thriller. Anyways, those are just some of the titles that are being released for the month of May. What book are you guys most excited for that is being released in the month of May? Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. And anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video, and I will see you guys next Thursday with a new bookish video.